Hey YouTube, this is the Robinhood Investor. As always, I really appreciate your support, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. Just a heads up, PepsiCo is reporting earnings tomorrow, July 10th, before market open. So follow the earnings report tomorrow because PepsiCo has a solid dividend yield and is a slow and steady stock to hold in the portfolio. That's PepsiCo, ticker symbol PEP. All right, back to my portfolio. In terms of performance, 1 week up 1.87%, 1 month down 0.52%, 3 months up 6.86%, and 1 year up 18.09%. Scroll down a little bit. I have 1 Ethereum in my portfolio, a Robinhood portfolio, but I have more in my GDAX account. As I mentioned before, I'm still holding my Ethereum assets just because I think it's a good long-term hold. It's definitely a more speculative play just because it's based on what the next person is willing to pay. It doesn't generate any revenue. So essentially it's like a commodity. And again, the price is determined by what the next person is willing to pay when you sell it. So it's hard to really set a value on Bitcoin and other altcoins. But again, I think it's a good long-term hold. Scroll down a little bit for stocks. Overall, my portfolio has been up. All of them are solid in the green. I haven't sold any positions. I've only been adding more. So in terms of what I've added, recently I added more Visa. I also added more Microsoft. It's a good dividend play as well as growth. Also added more Apple. I think it's it's number one company based on market cap, and it's the closest to being the first $1 trillion company. I think it's between Apple and Amazon, but I think Apple's a little bit closer to that $1 trillion mark. Definitely a good long-term hold. Alibaba, I'm also adding a little more Alibaba. I don't think it's, based on the recent news on trade wars, I don't think Alibaba is really impacted as much, just because it's a large cap company and it's less volatile, but yeah, definitely going to continue adding more Alibaba shares. Google, I added another Google share. Nvidia, I'm continuing to hold. United Health, I'm still holding. Boeing, I'm adding more shares to this one. Good dividend play as well. Baozun, I'm holding this one. PayPal and Activision, I'm holding. Johnson & Johnson, I'm adding. It's good dividend yield. It's also a dividend aristocrat. McDonald's, I'm also adding more. It's another dividend aristocrat and good dividend yields. 3M, also a dividend aristocrat, good dividend yield, and it's similar to Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's. They're all solid plays in terms of if you want dividends, definitely hold these. Berkshire Hathaway, I'm adding more, but I really wish this had dividend yield. But if you know Warren Buffett, he thinks of dividends as short-term gain for investors, but he prefers to reinvest all dividends back into the company for long-term growth. So that's Warren Buffett's philosophy. That's why there's no dividends. Home Depot, I'm also adding more shares to this. Good dividend play. AT&T, I'm adding more. Solid 6.3% dividend yield. Procter & Gamble, I'm also adding more. iQIYI, I'm still holding this one. There was a big dip recently, but I was impacted, but I'm still up. I bought in when it was $30.29. At one point I was up about 50 something percent. When I bought in around here, went up. I should have sold it, but I didn't. At one point, the RSI, which is the relative strength index, that determines momentum, whether it's overbought or oversold. At one point, it was about 80, almost 90, and it was definitely overbought, and I should have sold, but I didn't. I didn't really take action, and I just held. Still think it's a good long-term play. It's definitely more speculative because it's burning a lot of cash to capture more market share from like Tencent and Youku, which is Alibaba's. I think it's Alibaba. Yeah, Alibaba's video streaming service. NetEase I'm holding. Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturer, I'm holding this one. Constellation Brands, I'm holding this one. Constellation Brands has about almost a 10% stake in Canopy Growth. So it's indirectly marijuana stock, but majority of the revenue is from alcohol beverages. In terms of my sector specific ETFs, consumer discretionary is doing well. Healthcare, industrials are all doing well today. Consumer staples is less volatile, good dividend yield. And then the rest of these ETFs, Schwab, Vanguard, and iShares, I'm just going to continue to hold these ETFs. And that's all for this portfolio. So that's all for this video. What are your top holdings? Comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.